Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king?
We present June Whitfield as Miss Marple and Nicky Henson as Inspector Neele in Agatha Christie's A Pocket Full of Rye.
The king was in his counting-house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlour, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes, when down came a dicky bird and pecked off her nose. One of the little trials of living in a backwater like St. Mary Mead is that one can never hope to hang on to domestic servants for very long. Once you have taught them not to rush in with the early morning tea like a bull at a gate-post, and to clean the silver, and to answer the door with a smile, and not to forget the name of the caller, they're off in search of something more exciting. That is why, for the past few years, I have been taking in girls from St. Faith's Orphanage, a very well-run place, though sadly short of funds, giving them the best training I can, and resigning myself to the mishaps.
I didn't do it, Miss Marple. I can't think how it happened.
Of course, even the St. Faith girls don't stay long. Gladys Martin went off and took a job in a cafe the moment she'd got a little experience. Not that I would have expected any better. She was a pathetically stupid girl.
Well, it's a gayer life, isn't it?
That was why I was quite surprised when I heard she'd been taken on as parlour-maid at Yew Tree Lodge by Mrs. Fortescue.
It's not so hard on your feet, but you don't get so much freedom, of course.
Rex Fortescue was not a very proper sort of person, the kind of man who wears a tweed suit to the office, and there were people who said that he was little better than a crook, but he was known to be very rich. And then, 2 months after Gladys went to work for him, he was murdered at his office in London.
Mr. Fortescue's having a fit. We must get a doctor. He looks awful. I'm sure he's dying.
Miss Grosvenor, his personal, private secretary, had just taken in his tea at 11 o'clock. There were rumours that she was rather more than his secretary, but as it happened, this was not the case. Mr. Fortescue had acquired a second wife who was both glamorous and expensive and fully capable of absorbing all his attention.
Tea! What the hell did you put in the tea? Get a doctor!
But by the time the doctor arrived, it was really too late. Mr. Fortescue was taken off to St. Jude's Hospital, and by 12:43 he was dead.
You mean you don't think he died from natural causes, Doctor?
Not a dog's chance, Inspector. And what's more, just between you and me, I'd be prepared to make a bet on what the poison was.
Go on, Burnsdorf. Astound me.
Taxine, Inspector. Taxine.
Taxi? What the hell's that?
I doubt if I would have spotted it if I hadn't had a case of it only 3 weeks ago. Couple of little girls playing dolls' tea parties, pulled berries off a yew tree and used them for the tea.
Is that what it is? Yew berries?
Berries or leaves, highly poisonous. Don't think I've heard of a case before of it being used deliberately.
You mean it was given to him in his tea?
Oh, no. The stuff couldn't possibly have worked at first.
How long would it have taken to kill him, then?
I'd say about 2 hours. It was probably administered to him in whatever he had for breakfast. That would be your best bet. Good hunting, Inspector.
Yeah. Sergeant?
Yes, Inspector Neele.
I don't think we need waste any more time here. The M.O. says whatever it was that killed him was probably taken with his breakfast.
Then if it's nothing to do with this place, I'll get the lads to stand down.
Yeah.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?